Hello everyone, welcome back to Twisted Serenity. Thanks for clicking on my channel. So today's video is part of the open collaboration where we had to do some Tier Tray summer decor. Anything goes. I was so excited to be partaking in this challenge, and we'll get more into that in a little while. So I hope you guys really enjoy. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And so with that being said, sit back and relax or craft with me. Let's get started. Okay, you guys, so for this first one, I'm going to take this little fence. I'm reusing this. As you can see, it was already painted, but I decided to give it 2 coats of white chalk paint. And then I grabbed these little wood stickers, and I think they're supposed to be lemons, but I'm going to turn them into watermelons. So I just painted them as you would paint a watermelon with the red, the green, and the white, and made some seeds. Now these little ants, I didn't have black cardstock. So I looked on Google, I looked at like little cartoon ants, and I cut them out and I painted them black. Now I grabbed a little skinny craft stick, and I cut it into little pieces because I'm going to lay the little ants on the fence, but I didn't want them to be flat. I wanted them to be raised up a little bit. So I just painted the little craft stick black, and then I glued it onto the back of our little ants. There's more there. I didn't use all of these. I just used a couple, as you're going to see. But I did save the rest for future projects. So I just lay 2 pieces of watermelons. I'm sorry, I'm jumping the gun here, as always. But I lay a piece of watermelon, and I stick 2 little ants on there so it can look like the ants are crawling on the watermelon. And I put another watermelon on there with another little ant. And that was it for this one, you guys. Now, this one is fun. I took these eggs from Dollar General. I got these for 25 cents, you guys. And I know you guys have these left over from Easter. Now, what I'm doing here, they're foam eggs. So I'm just squeezing them, trying to get them to look more rounded and not so much as an egg. And I painted all of them with some white paint just to give myself like basically a clear canvas, because I'm going to turn these into little watermelons. So I take different shades of greens and yellows, because when you see watermelons, they say that the more yellow they are, I don't know if that's true, the sweeter they are. So I did do different textures of green with yellow in there, and then I just painted some squiggly lines to look like a real watermelon. And I did this to all of our little eggs. Now, once they were dried, I took some Mod Podge and I went over all of the eggs with, I'm going to stop saying eggs, over our watermelons with Mod Podge. And I wanted them to have like more of like a shiny fruit effect. Okay, so I have this like little trinket box things, and this is from Dollar Tree. I'm just reusing it. I'm telling you, I'm just trying to reuse stuff that I have instead of going buy more things. And I am painting it with 2 coats of white chalk paint. Now, once I have that painted, I took, what's the word I'm looking for? I took some black paint, and I just took my sponge brush and I went all over like the edges of the whole entire little trinket box. I wanted to have like more dimension, and it was too white. So I wanted to pop a little bit more. Now, once I did that, I took an image. All these images, I just Google like farm fresh watermelon or watermelon images, or things like that, and I printed it out on some tissue paper. Now here I'm just adding some water and I'm just ripping it off. The only thing is I was mad and I didn't do it over again. It did bleed, like the water did bleed a little bit to the letters, but I left it as it was. It is what it is. I need to stop overthinking, because I will redo a project again if I find one imperfection. And I just took some Mod Podge and I laid it onto the top of our little crate. And here I go in with the saran wrap just to remove any wrinkles. And I took that Pick Your Own, and I also went over that with it too. Now, the only thing I was like a little disappointed, because I was thinking of something to like cover like the ripping of, like the tissue paper. But I didn't want to distress it, but I just left it as it was. It still came out cute. So now I had some foam at the bottom of it, and I put some moss, some Spanish moss in there. And now I'm going to stick our little watermelons in there. I wanted this to look like a little watermelon farm. And once I stick the watermelons in there, I take some pieces of greenery that I had because watermelons, you know, you pick them up from the ground. It doesn't look all perfect. And I stuck them in there, and that was it for this one, you guys. I love how this came out. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, you guys, for this one, I'm using an egg. You guys can use any type of wood that you have, like thin wood. But basically, I wanted to draw the shape of a watermelon. And I like the egg shape because I already had like the kind of like rounded part at the bottom. So I'm just using the ruler just to give me some even lines. Now, I'm going to use my craft knife and I'm going to score it and cut it out. And I do 3 pieces of this wood. Of this shape. What I love about today's projects, they're so inexpensive, easy to create, and I'm sure if you're always crafting, you have a bunch, like mostly all this stuff in your stash as it is. So, like I said, I cut out 3 pieces of this, and I did sand them all up just to give them a smooth finish, because even cutting, everybody knows, I have said this, sawing, cutting, everything, I'm horrible at it. But I do it to create my little projects. So once I have my 3 pieces, I take some glue and I just stack them on top of each other because I wanted a thicker piece of wood. Like I said, I wanted the thin piece of wood because it was easier for me to cut. If you have a thicker piece of wood and just cut one thick piece, that's completely fine. You could do it exactly like that. And once again, I'm rambling. Here I go. Let me get back on this. So I grabbed some spackle so you don't see the edges. And I put the spackle all around the edge of my watermelon. And then I let it dry and I sanded it. And it looked smooth. It looked like one big piece of wood. Okay, so now it's time to paint it. And you're going to see it turns a little bit redder after, because at first I was using this pink, but I did go over it with like a little bit. I did mix it up with a little bit of red. Some people like the pink watermelon, some people like the red. I like the in-between where it's not too red and it's not too pink. And I will link every color that I use down in the description box. And I am going to fast forward through a lot of the painting today because it's very repetitive. Since I am doing a watermelon theme type of thing, all the watermelons were going to be painted the same way. And all my watermelons, like for the rind of the watermelon, I am doing different shades of greens and yellows. And then you will see me go in with white. And I do like a white, like little line right above our green. I did it for every single one of my watermelons, you guys. Okay, so now that we have that done, I grabbed some Jenga blocks. There's only 4 here. I am going to use 6, though. You'll see that in just a few seconds. Now, these are Jenga blocks that I got from Goodwill for like a big box for like $1, maybe even less. I think it was 75 cents. And the Jenga logo is raised, so I did sand it a little bit, and I did cover it with a little bit of spackle so the Jenga won't show through, and painted it with white chalk paint. Now, I always paint everything with white chalk paint, basically to give myself like a clean type of look when I go over and the colors pop more. I think so. Like my opinion. So once again, I painted 2 of the blocks with like the reddish pinkish color, 2 of the blocks with the green color. And then I'm going to take the 2 blocks here and those are going to be white. As you guys could tell, I'm making a little mini book stack. You guys could use wood for this, or you guys could use the Tumbler Tower blocks from Dollar Tree. I'm going to stack them all up. Green, white, red. And then I took my Cricut and I made some decals, and it just says sweet tasty watermelon, and I transferred those on to our little mini book stack. Then once that was done, I grabbed a little piece of twine and I wrapped it around our little mini book stack, and then I made a little bow to put on the front of our little a twine bow, to put on the front of our little mini book stack. And then I topped it off with our little wood watermelon. And this is so stinking cute. I love the way this came out. I've always done mini books. I do mini books different all the time. I take scrap pieces of wood, tumbling tower blocks, shingle blocks. I've done them with foam board, as you guys could see in previous videos. But I love making little mini books, especially for the tier tray. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, you guys, this next one's really easy. I'm taking a piece of this styrofoam, round shape from Dollar Tree, and I just found the middle. And then I took my hot knife, and this thing cuts like butter, so be careful. And I just cut up some pieces, and I cut them into 4 equal pieces. Now, I also have this leftover egg from Easter, and I wanted to make like watermelon slices and a half of a watermelon. So I'm just shaping it, like moving it around and shaping it once again, like I did for like our little mini watermelons. And I didn't even have to do that because I am going to cut it right in half because I want it to be a half of a watermelon. So I go in with my hot knife. As you guys can see, look at how easy that cuts. I love this hot knife. It was under $20, you guys. If you guys are always crafting, I guarantee to get it. Like, I urge you guys, I should say, to get a hot knife. It makes projects so much easier. And I love it. Let me stop. I sound like I'm advertising for it. But what I did was, once again, I just painted up our little styrofoam. And this styrofoam, it absorbs the paint. It sucks up the paint. So make sure you guys do at least 2 coats because when it dries, it'll look like, I don't know, it'll look like too pale. But I love the look of the half watermelon. I mean, because I sanded off the glitter and I love it. It looks just so, it's so cute. Like, it's so sick and cute. I can't get over the half of the watermelon. I am going to try to make some more of them because now my whole entire family wants watermelon decor. So like I said, once again, they're all painted the same. I wanted some smaller set, like I said, a variety. So I did take one of the pieces and I did cut it in half to make smaller watermelons. Does that make sense? Watermelon slices. I'm overthinking it too much. It's late, you guys. I'm sorry. And when I painted on all right, here we go. That's what I was trying to say. When I painted all the seeds, I did take some puffy paint, but it was making too much of a globby mess. So I squeezed out like pieces of puffy paint and then I took a very thin paintbrush and then I painted the seeds onto it. I just wanted it to look more of a real like 3D effect. Now, you guys, when the watermelons are done, I have little mini ants. And they're little mini ants toothpicks. And they're actually, and then little mini ants. And the toothpicks are really like sturdy. I was like, wow, like they're not like breakable. They're pretty good. And then I'm going to stick our watermelons onto a couple of the ants. Like I said, I wanted all the watermelons to be a little bit different. So I did take one of them and I wanted to make it look like if there was a bite inside of it. So that's what I'm just doing to one of the watermelon slices. And then I took whatever watermelon. I'm all over the place, you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm all over the place today. It's been a long, long week. And whatever watermelons I didn't stick on the ant toothpicks, I took some of the mini ants and I glued them onto some of the watermelon slices. Because when you think of like watermelon, you think of like picnic. And then picnic, you have ants. And it's such a cute combination. But that was it for this one, you guys. I'll just let you guys watch. I'll shut up. Okay, you guys, here's another easy one. So we take a wood plank and you get the wood planks, I think 6 in a pack from Dollar Tree. And we're going to grab some of the jumbo craft sticks and some of the miniature, like the skinny craft sticks. So I'm going to just lay it onto my board and on my wood plank. And I'm going to just measure it. And I'm going to cut out 4 of the ends of our jumbo craft sticks. So you only need like 2 jumbo craft sticks because you want to cut the ends off. Because we're going to make like a little mini watermelon popsicle sign. Like I said, what I love about today's projects is probably stuff that you already have in your stash, which it's convenient. You create such cute decor without breaking the bank. So here we go. I'm just going to take the smaller craft sticks and just measure them and cut them up. And like I said, these are the ends of it. Now what I'm doing, I'm just going to curve the bottom. I don't want the bottoms of our little craft sticks to be too squared at the ends. So I'm just giving it a little bit of a curve because when popsicles are not squared, you know, they have like a little curve to them. And you guys, I'm painting the board white, but you guys are going to see me with my little hand brace on and off here and there. I have to get surgery on my hand, and I've been postponing it, and it's been painful. So I do wear my little brace here, like on and off again. I usually don't wear it during videos because I get paint all over it, but in this one I had to wear it because it was just so extremely painful. As you guys can see, I took our little watermelons and our little watermelon popsicles, and I just painted them with the same colors. I did our red, our green, and our little line of white. Our little squiggly dark green, please somebody let me know the name of that. I call them squiggly lines, but you know, on the lines on the watermelon, if that has a name, let me know. Please let me know. And then we do our little seeds on our watermelon. Like I said, simple, easy, it's all the same. On this one, instead of paint, because like I said, my hand, it's my left hand, but even to hold the stuff, it was hurting. So I was like, I don't know. I'm a hot mess express here. But I just glued on our pieces. I don't even know what I was trying to say, as you guys can see. I just glued on our little watermelon pieces, and then I left our sticks of our popsicles unfinished because that's how it is on popsicles. And I glued them onto the bottom of our little watermelon popsicles, and that was it for this one, you guys. How stinking cute is this? I love the way this came out. Okay, you guys, for this next one, I have this little piece of scrap wood in my stash. I'm literally crafting my stash in this video, you guys. And I painted it white. Now, I have these little mini letters that my sister bought me off on Amazon. I love you and thank you so much. And as you guys can see, I took out the word to spell out summer except for the U. I'm taking this little mini wood egg from Dollar Tree from Easter time, and I'm going to make like a little half of a watermelon. So for the S, I painted it with our red. And then I painted our half of our watermelon like you would paint a watermelon. And then our two M's with a light green. And then our two E's. What am I spelling here? I'm spelling summy. I'm sorry. Our E and our R with a dark green. Now, I struggled to paint those little ones, but then I saw like a video where somebody had put a piece of tape down and they added the letters. And that was so much easier. So for now on, when I paint these little letters, I will do that little method. Now, at the top of it, I just, with my Cricut, I printed out the word hello, and I attached that on. And then I used some gel super glue, and I attached our letters. Now, a lot of today's projects, I seen like different stuff online. I do my own twist to them, and a lot of them too, I just come up with things on my own, which, you know, everything online, what I do is I give you guys inspiration and making your own, and you know, and that's what I see online as well, some inspiration. So I hope you guys really enjoy these. I added some twine to the top and the bottom because I find them so cute. And I know I keep saying cute, but it's cute. Okay, you guys, for this next one, I'm taking some caulk and I'm just putting it inside a little cup here. See, I'm losing my train of thought. Now, I did some pink, a light green, a dark green, and then red. The red was the hardest color to get, of course. So I mixed like red and orange and pink just to get like a red color. Now I have these little shot glasses, and I take our dark green first, and I'm going to just put it around the inside of the glass. Now, today, you guys, I just want to take a quick second and tell you guys that I'm so happy to be participating in this open collaboration with our host, Audia from DIY with Audia, Ray from One Way Designs 238, D from Lolly D's Creations. Now, make sure you guys check out the description box, and inside there will be a playlist along with other amazing creators. Now, you guys, as you guys can see, what I'm just doing, I am just layering our different colors. Now, see, the only issue that I had was when it dried up, it did get a little bit runny because I was very impatient and didn't let it dry a little bit. So it did run a little bit, you know, like the color of red did run into the light green a little bit. But that was fine. I love it because no little milkshake or anything is perfect. It gave it more character. Now, to give it that smooth, like that clean look, make sure you guys take a baby wipe or a wet paper towel, and in between changing colors, you guys do clean it up. Now, as you guys seen, I stuck a piece like of foam pool noodle inside there because, you know, not to use so much product. And then inside my piping bag, I have some spackle, and I just did some faux whipped cream right on top of there. Now, these are some of my little summer sprinkles, and those little seeds that I'm going to put on our little faux whipped cream I made. I made them because Dollar Tree has like these little new clay kits, and they have like ladybugs, octopuses, and they bring the color of, you know, the little design you make, and it had black. And I made some little fake seeds. And then my little watermelon sprinkles are from Etsy. This is just my little summer box, a couple of my little fake sprinkles that I have. And I topped it off with my fake little watermelon sprinkles, and then a bigger watermelon that I made using some clay and just painted. Now I have some different straws that could go with the watermelon theme. I just cut a little piece of the straw and I stick it right in there once my watermelon pops off. And that was it. Okay, you guys, we're almost done. Bear with me. And if you're still there, just hit a like button and put down what's your favorite. Let's see. I haven't did one of these in a while. What is your favorite thing to do in the summer? So make sure you guys put that in the comments down below. So I have a little cutting board from Dollar Tree. Every time I see these, I grab these because you could do so many things with these. And I just painted the bottom half with our red color, and our handle part, like the face of it, with a light green, and then the edge of it, like the rim of it, with our dark green. And as I'm looking at it now, it looks kind of like a strawberry, but we are making a watermelon theme. So once I did paint it, you guys, I took my puffy paint, and I did something like this for Valentine's Day. And I took some puffy paint, and I just made like a little design, so it looks like some icing on our little watermelon board. In a way, this is like a little watermelon charcuterie board, in a way, I should say. Now, to not use so much puffy paint, what I do is I squeeze out some puffy paint, and then I take a craft stick or whatever, and I just I put it on there, like if it's icing. Now, I take some of my little faux seeds again, and at first I was going to use my bigger faux seeds, and as I'm putting them on there, I really wasn't liking the way they were looking because I made like different sizes faux seeds. And so I do take them off, and I put our mini faux seeds on along with our little faux watermelon shape and watermelon color sprinkles. Now what I did was, which I took some like clear glitter, and I did put some on the, on there, and I did regret that. I wish I would have left it as it was without the glitter. And then I did another decal. Like I said, you guys, if you guys don't have a Cricut, I didn't have a Cricut for so long. My Cricut's like an older version. I just put the word sweet on there. Use your handwriting. You could use stickers, stamps, anything like that. Please don't feel discouraged when I do use my Cricut. And I took some of our little mini ants. And you guys, these little mini ants, I think my sister bought me like all my sister like gifted me because it was my birthday a couple weeks ago. And she got me my like crafts and stuff. So she got me like letters, and she got me like my little, like these little fake ants and stuff. And they were under $10, you guys. You are the best. And my family has like a joke that they always encourage, like they say, don't encourage her hoarding of crafting. But they're definitely my number one supporters. So I love you guys. Okay, you guys, for this next one, I have a scrap piece of burlap. And I'm going to fold it up. And I'm taking my hot glue. I should have used my Fabri-Tac or my liquid stitch for this, but hot glue it is. And I'm going to glue down the two sides since it is folded up already. If you guys have two different pieces, then only glue down three sides. You want to leave one side open. Now, once that was done, I'm going to flip it inside out. And we are making like a little burlap sack bag. And when you're flipping it inside out, try to get the corners to pop out as much as you can, because that one gives it like the little bag look. So then I'm going to take the top of our burlap sack, and I'm going to fold it down a couple times. I made another like a stencil with my Cricut. Now this is not like iron on or anything, it's a stencil. And I took a piece of white fabric and I'm just measuring on the top. I am going to shorten it down a little bit and basically make that little white fabric piece a little bit smaller. And I put a piece of cardboard underneath and I lay my stencil on top and then I transfer that onto our little piece of fabric. And I thought it was going to be difficult, but it was pretty easy to do. Like it went on there just perfectly fine and it had no bleeding to it whatsoever. Now I grab some, this is regular black acrylic paint, and I pounce up and down. I don't go side to side, pounce up and down, and I just color in our words, and then I take it while it's not 100% wet, but it's not completely dry either, and I'm going to peel our stencil back. And I never did this before, and I was really surprised, like a stencil, like a Cricut stencil on fabric, and it came out a really, really clean look. The only thing is I had to weed out the, like the middle of the A's and the O's and stuff, and those were, for some reason, like a little pain in the butt to get out. But other than that, I love the look that it gave. Now, once that was done, this is where I took my liquid stitch, go figure, because I didn't want to use hot glue because it's white fabric and it would be raised up too much when I put it onto the burlap. But I did stick a piece of cardboard inside the burlap sack. So, because I didn't want it to stick together once I glued it on there. If you know what I'm trying to say. My people, you know what I'm trying to say here. And I just glued our little white piece of fabric onto our little burlap sack. Now I just take some stuffing and I want our sack to look full. And I stick our stuffing in there. Now I cut a little piece of that cardboard into the shape of the top of our sack and I just paint it black. And then I'm going to glue our cardboard onto our sack, as you guys can see. Now, our little sack says watermelon seeds. So I wanted it to look like obviously like it had seeds on top. Like I said, with that black clay, I'm just going to just show you guys how simple it is to make the seeds. You roll it out, flatten it, and just give it like a little peak at the top, like a little raindrop. So I make a couple of our little seeds, and then I glue some to the top of our little watermelon seed sack, and that was it for this one, you guys. This one's so simple, but I think I'm in love with this one the most. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, you guys, this is our last one, and it's so quick. If you guys blink, you guys are going to miss it. So I have this leftover sign from I think it's Dollar General, had this sign during Christmas time. So I'm going to just take that little bead off on the top. I do fill up that little hole because I don't want that to show. And then I'm just going to tear off our paper. Now, I'm going to paint the frame of our sign with red. And then I'm going to take the inside and I'm going to paint it white. Now, you don't need to paint it white because you're going to see right now why. But I just in case anything showed through, I did want it to look finished. Now, I did go on, like I said, Google Images, and there's so many different images, and I just looked up, like, cute little clip art ant image with watermelon, something like that. And I found this image, and I cut it out on cardstock, and I cut it out to fit the inside of our frame, and I took our little purple disappearing glue stick, and I glued it right into our little picture frame, and that was it for this one, you guys. He is so stinky cute. I love the way this one came out. I honestly want to thank every single one of you for supporting me. If you guys like what you see, make sure you guys write a comment down below and hit that like button. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I want to thank everyone for watching and thank you for all your support. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell notification to be notified when I post my next video. Don't forget to check out my description box and watch that playlist, and I'm sure that you'll be inspired to make beautiful home decor from all our amazing creators. And as I always say, this world could throw you twists and turns, but always make good choices. To the next one, you guys.